team in as good a practice shape as you guys can be in?
Yeah, I mean, like everyone else, I'm sure, this week everyone will kind of ramp it up a bit, trying to get ready for camp. But, yeah, I think that's fair to say. Guys have worked hard, and I don't think there's been anyone sitting around. So that's good, and hopefully that helps going into the start of the season.
Dan was saying yesterday that he'd heard that you guys might be doing some drills that were similar to some of the things he was doing this year. Do you know if that's the case? I mean, is there anything to that? Or is it...
I mean, we're pretty used to the drills we do, so yeah, I mean, at this point, we've seen a lot of the things we need to do and a lot of the habits we need to work on, and I think we try to take a lot of pride in that throughout the year and reminding ourselves and making sure we execute that. So, I think it's ingrained in us, but you need to refresh that, especially before camp. So I think a lot of our practices leading up to camp will be kind of geared towards those things and trying to make sure it's as easy as an adjustment or as easy to keep those habits.
Are you flattered that your coach has given you such an endorsement of your coaching skills while he's been gone here running the drills?
I think there's been a few guys that have stepped up, but I think we're all just trying to do our best, and it's a little weird not having somebody blow a whistle or spot pucks, and kind of have to be a little creative. So it's good. We've found ways to work on things, but also it's good too because if you have to teach it or you have to show it, that means you're thinking about it. So it's been fun, and Benny Lovejoy, Craig Adams have really kind of ran a lot of practices. So it's been fun to see that.
We haven't talked so much about contracts, lockouts, all that stuff. We don't really talk about just how this team kind of comes together. When you look back at the moves that were made in the offseason, what kind of stands out to you, particularly with Staal out, center in, and
I mean, we did make some moves, and like any year, it seems like there's always a bit of movement, and it's hard to keep teams completely together nowadays. So I think every team deals with that. I think we're pretty good, and we only have a few new guys, so hopefully the adjustment for them won't be too bad. But they're certainly going to get thrown into it pretty quick. I mean, it's not going to be easy. So the fact that there is some familiarity, I think that's going to help here from the start.
Does Jordan have some things that you lose that you can't replace, or does Sutter bring some elements that maybe you guys didn't have?
I think Stallsy. I mean, we know and appreciate how important he was to our team and what he brought. But that being said, Sutsy is a great hockey player, and he doesn't have to be Jordan Staal. I mean, he's got to be his own player, and he brings a lot at both ends of the ice. He's smart, he's skilled. He plays the penalty kill, so he's going to have a big role in this team, but he doesn't have to be Stallsy. So we're fortunate if we're going to lose a guy like Stallsy to replace him with Sutsy. I think we're pretty lucky.
Are you confident that the thing that stands out with him is that for his age, he plays a real mature game?
Yeah, big time, and takes a lot of pride in both ends of the ice, and I think that's right on. I mean, he definitely takes that serious, takes a lot of pride in his game, and when you do that, you're going to develop and mature quicker as a player, and I think we've seen that every year he's played. He's gotten better and better, and I'm sure it'll be the same here.
So what have you heard from Pittsburgh fans since this has all been resolved? Have you had a sense of how happy they are to have you back?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of excitement, to be honest with you. From what I heard, people are craving hockey. They want to see it, and we're all excited. We know they are, and they're going to see lots of it for the next few months here, so it should be a lot of fun.
Sid, are you confident that you guys can get this all finalized by tomorrow?
I don't know what the time frame is, but that'd be nice. I mean, I could say yes to that, but I don't know what that entails, and as far as the voting and all that stuff. But it would be nice to get it over with as soon as possible, and to get everyone here and start playing.
Dan gave a pretty strong endorsement to you starting off with Pascal and Kunitz on one line, and then leave that last spot alongside Neil and Gino to be fought for. Is the way to go, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with that combination. I've played with those two guys for a while now, so that's easy as far as getting used to or familiar with. Shouldn't really be much of an adjustment there, so I'm more than comfortable with that combination.
Seen any Wilkes-Barre? He was talking about system changes that they're trying to implement in Wilkes-Barre. Have you gotten wind of any of that?
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard of the changes, and I'm sure it'll be minimal changes, if any. With the short camp stuff, with everyone being so familiar with things, I'm sure we'll make adjustments, but I don't think it'll be having to reinvent anything out there. So if there are, we're excited to see them and can have some work to do.
I was going to say a little backwards, right? Because he's always talking about how big it is for the Wilkes-Barre guys to learn what you're doing, but now you're going to learn from what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see with the guys that come to camp from Wilkes-Barre. I'm sure, they'll be ready for that. So I'm sure they'll have a lot of guys picking their brains instead of the other way around.
Coach talked yesterday about being installed as the Stanley Cup favorite. He said he likes being in that conversation and that mindset. Is that something you guys even look at? And when you are being talked about as a favorite, do you like the fact that that's where you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're okay with that as far as handling the pressure and having to answer the questions about it. But I think we're all realistic too and know that there's a lot of teams in that conversation, and even more so this year than any other year, with the way the season's set up. So, I think we're okay with that, but we all know that, that's something that you have to prove and show, and, with that comes pressure, but I think we're okay handling that pressure.
You guys okay with probably starting against the Flyers?
Yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of them, so might as well be the first one and, get it started.